Hi, it's me again. We're going to call this Raised Buffet number 20. It's been a while since I've done one of these, so there's quite a bit to talk about. A lot's been going on. Just to give you a brief synopsis in case you might be new to this whole thing, Raised Buffet is simply a chronicle of what has happened in my life since my diagnosis with cancer. In the beginning, this was about, I think, early 2018. I got the official diagnosis that I had cancer. And in the beginning, I sort of passed it off a little bit, being the idiot that I am. I didn't ignore it, but I didn't put a whole lot of stock in it because I really wasn't, that's just the way I am. At any rate, a couple of things happened, and I finally decided to start cancer treatment. Now, you can get the whole story from Raised Buffet number 1 up through now on my website, which is RitzBBall.com. I'll put a note up on the end so you'll be able to find it. There's a lot there. It covers the whole cancer thing. Plus, there's a whole bunch of stuff of pictures and stuff from teams that I've coached in the past and a whole lot of other stuff. But anyway, getting back to Raised Buffet number 20. Recently, I had a blood work done, and the PSA has continued to go up. It's now well over 600. For those of you that are not real versed in the PSA values that deal with prostate cancer, the borderline or the baseline measurement for the presence of cancer is 4. If you've got a 4 in your PSA, they assume or they suspect that there is cancer present. Well, mine is now 675, so the doctors are a little bit concerned. And when I spoke to them 10 days ago, they then, as usual, and I appreciate their efforts, they suggested that I see the radiology people and go back to the urologist to see what the next steps would be. Of course, they want me to restart treatment. So I agreed to talk to the radiologist. And at this point, let me again do a shout out to the VA. The guys have been great. Every medical professional deserves credit, but I want to especially say that the guys in the VA, they just seem to get it. You know, I don't want to say veterans are different, but veterans are different. At any rate, I had a long talk with the radiology expert, Dr. Chen, and he let me talk and bring out things that I was thinking and things that were bothering me or things that I needed to get answered. And then I let him talk. And then we discussed. And he thinks that I should do radiation, and he went through all the various options involved with the radiation. And I wasn't really sold on it yet, but I said I would consider it. And then he suggested that first we need to bring the urologist in so they can run some tests on the bladder and the kidney and see exactly what and where they would use the radiation. But I won't go through the whole process. You don't need to know that. Bottom line is, I told him I would think about it. Well, I came home, I did a little more research, and I'm still not sold. At any rate, so that's where we are there. The PSA has continued to go up. When I think about all the stuff that I read that has to deal with the radiation treatment and everything else, I'm still not sold on it. I feel good since my Independence Day, where I stopped all my medications, and the explanations that he gave me don't dispel my doubts that going through the radiation treatment and the recovery from the treatment and all the things that are involved in being treated, I don't think they counterbalance the way I'm feeling now. Yes, there are some things going on. I'm getting some discomfort here and some discomfort there. Sometimes not real pleasant, but when I weigh the two of them, I'm still not sure. And again, I'm not trying to tell anybody which road they should take. That's why I call it a buffet. I put the stuff out on the table for people to see what went on in my situation and for them to apply that to their situation, talk to their friends, family, doctors, etc., and then decide for themselves what they want to do. But I think it's good to hear somebody else explain what's happening to them and for them to be able to then process that and decide whether or not that's what they want to do or whether they want to take a different path. And oddly enough, I used a phrase with the doctor on Monday or Tuesday that I don't think I've ever used before, because when he asked me, how I was feeling about the whole thing, I came up with the phrase, I'm content where I am because I don't feel the necessity to cling to life. I just don't, let me put that in perspective. The last couple of days since all this has been going on, and largely brought about by all these videos that I'm making for all these former players and teams that I've had, I can't help but go through those experiences and say to myself, I will never get back to those experiences. And I've had some great ones. I've lived in great cities, traveled around Europe, worked with some great people, great coaches, great teachers, great instructors, and super players and their families. And I've had a lot of great experiences. And I don't know that there's anything left on the table for me that would compare to those. So whereas some people want to hold on and keep things going and re-experience this and that, I just don't feel that because I'm happy with what I've done. So, but I will take the time. I'll go see the urologist as soon as the appointment is set, and they'll examine here and examine there. And then I got to go back to the radiologist, and he will say, okay, if we radiate here and here and here and here, we can do this and that. Okay, well, I've got to think about that. Because there's no guarantee that they can get it. Well, let me put it this way. Once it extends beyond a certain point, they can't get it all anyway because it's been spread into your system. But I'll let you read about all those morbid things later. I'll attach a couple things to this and then you can see from there. So bottom line is Raised Buffets number 20. We haven't gone any further than we did in 19, but it's still a wait and see process. So that's it for now.